Hey, what's up? It's Kirk, the Crypto Nomad, and today we're going to be looking at the emp.money platform and specifically how to get started in making your LP tokens so that you can participate in the full range of opportunities that the platform provides. Before I get started with any of that, though, I wanted to just mention that I am not an official member of the EMP team. I am an investor, and I am extremely bullish on the platform, but I'm just doing this as my way to help out the community and show you a few things that I've learned along the way as I've gotten more familiar with both EMP as well as DeFi projects in general. So with that said, the first thing to know about learning about emp.money is that they offer a free academy. You can access it right here from the homepage on this free academy button. This is what it looks like. There is a series of sections with videos in them. It takes about an hour and 15 to an hour and 30, I think, to get through the whole thing. But I highly recommend that you go through this entire thing before you put any money into EMP. That way you can really understand how the entire ecosystem works, and you can create a strategy that's going to work right for your particular situation. Now, with that said, I realize that everybody likes to FOMO, and they'll go, yeah, I'll get to that. How do I get started? And that's kind of what this video is about. Because the first thing you need to know is you need to be able to create these LP tokens in order to participate for the most part. So what are they? Let's take a look at them. There are three different types of LP tokens available that work within the platform, rather. And from right to left, they are the EMP eShare LP. This allows you to earn eShare by pairing up those two tokens. Same thing with the eShare BNB LP. And then finally, the big kahuna, granddaddy of them all, the EMP ETH LP. This is it's the biggest, the most important LP for the entire ecosystem. So what is LP? As you can see here by these icons, basically LP is two tokens that are put together in a 50-50 ratio to create a new LP token. So in the case of EMP ETH LP, which is what we're going to be dealing with, that's 50% EMP and 50% Ethereum. Now, note that we're on the Binance Smart Chain, so that Ethereum is actually wrapped Ethereum, BEP20 Ethereum, so you'll need to have that. You'll need to bridge over if you have native Ethereum, or you can just swap it with BNB. So be aware of that as you move forward. So there are two ways to create this LP, no matter which flavor you're interested in. The first way is to use a automated process that EMP has set up for you, and they call that zapping. So I'll show you what that looks like. If I go into the farm for EMP ETH LP, you'll see that there are these control buttons here, and the middle one, the one that looks like a little lightning bolt, is the zap function. So if you were to click that, it would go and it would take your assets that you have in your MetaMask wallet, your BNB or your ETH or your whatever you have, and it will go through the process of pairing that up for you and creating for you the EMP ETH LP. So that's really cool because, especially when you're first getting started, because it kind of does all that for you. There are two things, however, to note about that. One of which is you may pay slightly higher gas fees and or slippage if you do it this automated way because of the multiple transactions that take place behind the scenes. But being on the Binance Smart Chain, these fees are pretty low, but you should be aware of it. The other thing you need to be aware of is that this Zap creates the token for you and puts it in your MetaMask wallet. After that, you need to deposit it. So don't freak out if you create LP using Zap and then all of a sudden you don't see it here. After you create it, you need to hit this plus add button and deposit it into the farm after you create it. So don't panic if you don't see it here. Now, there is a great step-by-step Crypto Mike, who's part of the emp.money team, has done on a deep dive about zapping, so I'm not going to go any further than this. You can find it in the Academy here in the section under the detonator. in this video called Easiest Way to Start Printing Now. And it's about 6 minutes in where he starts there talking about this and covers the whole Zap functionality a lot better than I could. So please look that up if you want some more detail in depth on Zap. Okay, the other way to create your LP token is the OG way, and that's to do it yourself. And that's what I really wanted to talk about today, is to show you how to do that. And you do that in PancakeSwap with your MetaMask wallet. So if you're not familiar with PancakeSwap, this is the website. I haven't included a link to it because you shouldn't click any links to sites like this. You need to make sure that you're dealing with the real thing, like they say here in the phishing warning. Make sure that you're on https://pancakeswap.finance. Once you're sure you're in the right place, you can go ahead and bookmark this page so that you can always come back to it. Just to be careful, you know, there are a lot of bad actors out there. So what you need to do first is you need to have a MetaMask wallet set up, and you need to have some coins in it. And so I'm assuming that you know how to set up a MetaMask wallet and all of that. If you don't, there's a ton of videos on YouTube about how to do that. So this is assuming that you've at least gotten that far. So you go ahead and connect your wallet. I'll say MetaMask, and I'll connect automatically because I've done it before. If you've never connected just your wallet to PancakeSwap, it'll ask you to enable that one time, and then it'll be set up. So once you have your wallet connected, then you're ready to go. But you need to make sure that you have your assets. So we're going to look, I have a demo wallet set up here, and let's see what I've got in this demo wallet. Okay, I've got 0.05 BNB, so I got a little bit of BNB, and I've got 20 EMP tokens in here too. And so what we're going to create is the EMP ETH LP. So I don't have any Ethereum here yet. I've just got BNB and EMP. So I need to swap some BNB and get some Ethereum. So we're going to show how to do that. The process of doing this for EMP is exactly the same. But let's just do it with the ETH. So this is what I have. So I need to have both, right, in order to make this pair. So I'm going to go in to PancakeSwap, and I'm going to hit swap under the trade menu. And I'm going to get this little interface here, which you may be familiar with. And what it's showing me how much BNB I have up here because it's connected to this wallet. But I want to swap some of that BNB, but I want to swap it for ETH, not Cake. So I'm going to open up this menu here, and I'm going to find Ethereum. So there's the Ethereum token, and I'm going to select that. So I'm going to say I want to swap some BNB for ETH. Now the next question is how much? Well, I know that I had 20, it was 20, was it 20 or 25? 20 EMP. And I know that the price of EMP right now is 87 cents. So I could do a quick calculation and go 20 times 0.87 and get $17.40. So I have $17.40 worth of EMP. So as we talked about earlier, LP is 50% of one token and 50% of the other. So if I have $17 roughly of EMP, I need to pair that with $17 of ETH to create this token. Well, how much is $17 of ETH? I don't know. What I would do is I'd go to Google and I would search Ethereum price and get a little calculator like this and just type in $17. And that tells me, oh, okay, that's 0.005 ETH. Now, again, these are really small numbers that I'm just doing for demo purposes, but you get the idea. It doesn't matter how much. So I really need 0.006 to be safe Ethereum, right? Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to just click in here and I'm going to go 0.006 Ethereum. That's what I need. So it automatically does the calculation for me saying, oh, okay, well, to get that, you need 0.044178 BNB. And I'm like, cool, do it. So I'll go ahead and hit swap. It will say, oh, there's a price update. Okay, then I'll hit swap. And there's a small gas fee that I'll have to pay. It's just cents because it's on the BSC network. And then this transaction is submitted. I'll close it. I'll wait while it says pending. And usually that takes maybe 10 seconds, depending on, and then I get a receipt. So I'm all good to go now. So if I go back up now and review my wallet, I'll see now that I have a little less BNB, and I had 20 EMP, and oh my gosh, I don't have, where's my ETH? Where's my ETH? Well, okay, don't panic if you're new to this. Sometimes when you're working with your BNB or with your MetaMask wallet, it will not automatically put the token that you need into the MetaMask wallet. It's there, but you can't see it. So what you have to do is you have to go get the token contract for this particular, for whatever particular token it is, and then you need to put that in. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to need Ethereum on the Binance network. So the way that I would do it is probably by clicking over here and clicking on this token contract for Ethereum, right? That's that, it automatically copies. So now if I go into my MetaMask wallet, I can go down here and go import tokens, and I can just paste that token contract address in here, and it will know the rest of it. And I'll go add custom token and then import. So now when I come back here, it's there. And the amount that I just bought is there as well. So it's always there, but it may not be visible. So don't panic. And that can happen too with the LP that you're creating as well. It probably will when we go ahead and do that now. So, but now anyway, I've got my 20 EMP and my 0.006 ETH that I need to create this pair. So let's go ahead and do that. And the way we do that is from the trade, we hit liquidity. So we're creating a liquidity token. So I don't have any liquidity tokens in this wallet at this point, so I'm going to create one. So what you do is you go add liquidity, and you're going to get a similar interface, and it wants to know, okay, what two pieces of currency do you want to pair up to create this LP? So we'll select the first one, and we'll say the first one is EMP, and the second one is Ethereum. So now we have them both there. So now we need to say, okay, that's great. So which one are we're going to now need to pick one to max out and see if that it will allow it. So I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, I want to use all 20 of my EMP, and it will let me do that. But if I go the other way and say I want to use all my Ethereum, it says insufficient EMP balance. And that just simply means that I don't have quite 50-50 here. So it's saying, hey, for 0.006 Ethereum, I don't have enough. You need 21.2 EMP, and you only have 20. So you would have to go, okay, well then let me use the max EMP, and I'll have enough ETH for that. So hopefully that makes sense as you go through the process, how you have to balance it out. Okay, so now that the calculation works, I'm going to use all 20 of my EMP and actually 0.00566 ETH to create this token. And so I'm going to go ahead, and I need to enable both of these. So I go enable ETH. You're going to pay a very small 10-cent transaction fee one time to set up both tokens. So we're going to do this. Okay, and then we're going to enable Ethereum. Okay, another 10 cents. And then again, you only have to do that one time. And so once that's all done, then you are ready to go ahead and create the supply as soon as there it goes. Okay, so now the transaction is updated. So now we're ready to go. So we just hit supply. We're going to get a review. We're going to go confirm. We got another small gas fee here. This is cents. I don't know how much, but BSC is very, very affordable relative to Ethereum. So we're going to close, and we're going to wait for this transaction to be done. Okay, and there's the transaction is done. So now we've created our LP token. So in our MetaMask wallet, we see that we have a little bit less BNB, and then we have no EMP because we used it all to create our LP. We have a little bit of Ethereum left from creating our LP, but we don't see any LP. So same issue as before, it's there, but we just have to create a visualization of it here in the MetaMask wallet. And so to do that, if you need to do that, sometimes it will show up, but if it doesn't, you need to come over to the EMP site, go over to Docs, and we'll go to the contracts. And so we'll find the EMP LP contract and click it. That's going to put up this BSC scan page, which is the page on the blockchain for the LP token. And this is the contract right here. And you just copy that contract address. So we're going to close that now. And we can close this. And so now when we go back to MetaMask Wallet, same thing. We're going to come back down here, hit import tokens, paste in the contract address, and you'll notice that it's going to be called Cake LP, not BNB ETH LP. Now, that's just because Cake is the native token of PancakeSwap, but this can get a little confusing if you're creating a bunch of different types of LP from PancakeSwap. They'll all be named Cake LP. So what I would recommend you do is go ahead and hit Edit, and then change this to emp/ETH LP. You can change this token symbol name, it doesn't hurt anything. And then hit Add Custom Token, and then we'll go ahead and import. And now when we go back and we look at our assets, we'll see that we have the EMP ETH LP, and we have this amount of that LP that we have now created and paired between the two. So that's how it works, regardless of which type of LP you want to create. Now, once you have that, if we come back over to the EMP side of things, and let's say we wanted to drop that EMP LP into that farm to earn eShares, we would just now come in, click View, and then hit this plus button, and then it'll show the same 0.3286, and we can put max in, or we can put how much ever we want. Then we would hit Confirm and pay the small gas fee to put it in, and then you're good to go. So again, to recap, two ways to do it. One is the Zap, obviously a little easier, but you just need to know exactly how to do that. Or this way of doing it, which is the old-fashioned way, a little bit less expensive in gas overall, and gives you a little bit more control. I kind of like it because I'm doing everything, but you may not feel the same way. But now you know how to do either of those. So that's it for this video. I hope it's been helpful for you, and I wish you the most success on the emp.money platform.